Busy, busy, busy week. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lufia 3, Part 6. We are in Chapter 4 of 5 total chapters, sub-scenario. I believe we're about to start 7 out of the Chapter 4. We're going to try to work as much as we can today. Got a really late start. But I'm thinking we're probably looking at completing this game maybe not by Monday of next week, but Monday of the following. Monday of next week is not going to be a fun week. I'm going to have to get up around probably 5 o'clock, do about a 4-hour drive to Fort Smith. Probably, if I'm giving myself a little bit more time, probably 4-hour, 15-minute drive to Fort Smith. 3 hearings and a 4-hour and 15-minute drive back. And I'll probably be home sometime around 7:15 p.m., and I just don't want a 12 to 13 hour day to conclude with a 2 or 3 hour stream. I just don't think I have it in me. It's not at the start of the week. So there's just not going to be a stream on Monday. We'll do the best we can to make up with everything else we can. We may have a longer stream that Thursday of next week. We'll see how far we get, but there won't be another stream of this until Thursday of the following week. And today is going to be a shorter stream. So yeah, no, well, the only thing fun to do is eat there. I mean, there's not much else fun for me to do within the limited amount of time I'm in Fort Smith, McKenzie, but I appreciate that. Welcome all the same. My camera's a little bit too high up. I noticed going through my VOD last time, inadvertently, I was wearing a gold shirt when I was playing Pokemon Gold, and I just want to assure everybody that was not intentional. I only realized that after I looked at my VOD because it was broken up into 3 parts because the internet kept crashing out. Yeah, I just definitely don't want to overload it. But I'm looking forward to try to get back a little bit further in Gold on Saturday. I feel like we can probably knock out at least 3, if not more, badges, unless things like really start getting spaced out considerably. So anyway, let's warp to Ladok's mansion. So go to the warp section. Now can I just warp right there, or no? Okay. So yes, okay, so Ladok is the mansion. Items, near Fountains North. This one does have a dragon egg in it, so that's the only item here I really care about. Everything else I can skip. Hope your week's been going well, McKenzie. Okay, that's the charred newt. Apparently there's 3 total floors or something, according to this. Revive. Random chest over there in the corner. Alright, so it says bottom right room 3F. So we're at 3F. Death powder. Oh, that was simple. Then that's all we need to do. So talk to Ladok, who's standing in dining room 2F. Yeah, it's been hot in a lot of places. I saw Florida was like 100 degrees practically everywhere. It's in the mid 80s now, even though it's 7 o'clock, which is kind of weird. Definitely hotter than it should be. Sorry that it's so temperate right now. Hopefully it'll calm down. I'm wanting a weekend where I can actually go out and do a lengthy walk because it was too rainy the last one. Ended up having like tornado sirens and everything else. Okay, thank you for coming. Please, have a seat. Eat all you want. Okay, I will. Munch, munch. It's great. Well, get some food on your plate, you idiot. Might taste better that way. This is delicious. This has exquisite flavoring. They even made a vegetarian meal just for me. This is most impressive. The cuisine in my castle pales compared to this. Good food makes me happy. I'm glad you enjoy it. I love strong people. That's why I promote the monster track. I see. This food is good. Please, have as much as you'd like. We have more dishes. Yes, I'd love to have some more. Oh, this is wonderful. Well, I'm stuffed. Thank you very much. Did you enjoy it? Good. It is getting late, so you should rest. The rooms are prepared for you. Is this all of them? No, 2 are missing. Where are they? I don't know. What should we do? We won't worry about them. Carry the rest into that room. Yes, sir. Hey, wake up! Get up, you idiots! Huh? What? Where am I? Pull yourself together, Wayne. Hey, where am I? Where is everyone? It's a secret room in the mansion. Everyone else is caught. Why? I can't figure out what's going on. Sheesh, all right, listen. That Laydock is a sneak. There was sleeping medicine in the food he served. Sleeping medicine? No wonder I'm so sleepy. Yeah, everyone was out cold. Why aren't you asleep, Day? Call it a thief's instinct. I tend to suspect what strangers give me. I really wanted to help everyone, but I could only get you out. I see. So where is everyone? There's a dungeon that leads underground in the back of this place. They should be in the basement. Why do rich people like to build dungeons? This game's ahead of its time. Under their houses. Tell me about it. Well, we have no time. Let's go help them. Yeah, let's go. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save. Wayne should be fine all on his own. That leads us to the mansion. Go the other way. Back up. I should have grabbed that chest first, oh well. I risked my life to get these weapons. If you want me to sell them to you, I can. Buy an item? Bear Kidney, welcome! Hope you're doing well. I was just explaining, work kept me extremely busy, so I was really late to get started. Oh, he can equip... Wait, what does he have that the hard jacket is... Okay, yeah, I can give him extra 35 defense. Light knife. 60 more attack, sure. You never know when something will go wrong in a fight and he'll be all that I have left. Let's see, Laydock's Dungeon, Cross Mirage and Support. Looks like B5 may be as deep as this place goes. Ooh, I thought I was getting out of her line of fire. Oh, really? A two-character dungeon? You're gonna have insta-death enemies in a 2-character dungeon? What if we fought multiple of the ghosts? That would have been really bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't really care about Cross Mirage or Support. I'm just gonna make my way out of here. Okay, so to the north we go. Oh, she's just gonna stand there menacingly and, like, not move, which sucks. I'll go ahead and have us both attack the spirit in case... Okay, he can't kill them in one hit. But obviously you have to prioritize the character that can insta-kill. Okay, so this is not the way we need to go. It's interesting how close damage-wise our damage output is, despite my weapon, I feel, being my attack power being pretty high. Yeah, we have 735 to the 379. I'm assuming it might be due to an elemental property of the weapon we have equipped. Effective on nocturnal enemies, that explains all of it. So we attacked a bat, so that would be why. I was about to say, we almost have like double the attack power. Why is it so different? Okay, looks like if we go down this pathway, we should definitely hit... There's no other place for the staircase to hide, and there it is. Got a potion. Numb powder. Wouldn't happen to be the staircase. Oh, the staircase is in this room. Well, then I'm gonna sneak by and go into... Oh, come on. Literally change direction. I am dropping frames again, and I don't know why. It doesn't seem to be the same issue that caused OBS to, like, stream 0 kilobytes per second, but... I'm dropping small amounts. Oh, God. They just decide to just turn around in mid-stride. So mirror means they'll get another free attack. Or another summon. It is weird that it allows enemies to get an extra turn, but if I were to cast Mirror, I don't get an extra turn. Okay, so this should be the last floor, presumably, once we find the staircase. Goddess tier. Potion drop. I suppose they were generous with potion dropping enemies simply because they knew we would have solo characters, but the dilemma is potions only heal like 30. So it's actually a really, really, really bad item. It's not good. It's not good at all. So let's see here. X potion, high magic. Apparently there's a save room because the chest list includes ones from a save room, and we did not find the save room. We are going straight to a boss fight. Oh, this is a save room. We haven't healed. I like strong people. I like to preserve and keep them. So all of these here are winners of the monster track? These are embalmed people? Exactly. This is my collection of power, eternally preserved. Are you stupid? There's no power or anything if you stuff them. I see that you do not understand the art of taxidermy. How could I, you pervert? Are those your last words? Let us begin. You can't stuff my friends. Wayne. Wayne, Dave. Pathetic, Cena. How could you have fallen for a trap like that? What are you talking about? I bet you were saved by day. She can see right through you. I wanted to save all of you, but I didn't have the time. I knew you'd be a reliable day. This is no fun. I'm glad you're here. Now my collection will be complete. We're strong. Don't think we're weak just because there's only 2 of us. Of course I won't. Now my strongest collection awaken. We're fighting literally 5 people without me healing. Like, what if they're faster? Huh? He's a sorcerer. It's blasphemy against the dead. You know such big words. You still think I'm stupid, don't you? No, I'm impressed. This isn't the time for that! Okay, they give me time to prepare in battle. That's one thing that's really good about this game. And honestly, most of the time that I've made it to a save room and I've gone in and they give you time before you're able to prepare for the big boss fight. I think that's such a good feature, rather than just throwing you into something that'll kill you. They'll let you prepare for it, and then they'll kill you, which is which is the way a game should be. Alright, everybody is healed. Day is really not going to be our damage dealer, so positionally he needs to be in the back row to take the least amount of damage. Okay, so there's two... okay, so it's Ladok himself. I'm looking at the steel table. Okay, apparently this monster over here is going to keep self-destructing itself and probably do decimating amounts of damage. I am a bit saddened that I did not hit the... I hope we don't die, because we didn't hit the save room. Because I thought this was going to be the save room. I'll go ahead and... I think what we'll do is do drive on Ladok. You'd also have scatter hit, but you're in the back rows. That's gonna suck, but we'll try it anyway. Wait a minute, why is he doing so much damage? He's in the back row. It's more than I'm doing. Is he a nocturnal enemy? In any event, I don't have enough to be able to cast it again. We'll just have to do a normal attack on Ladok. Solomon's Arc. I don't know if that... I think that was supposed to insta-kill me, but did not. It was weird. It didn't say miss or anything else. It just was. Scatter hit is 75, which I cannot afford right now. There's the suicide. Okay, did 350 damage to me, and he's gonna see summoned another. We'll go ahead and drive. I'm gonna go ahead and X potion Wayne. And there goes Ladok, so now we need to kill this guy before he self-destructs. We'll try Holy Attack. Oh. I guess we could have just hit him normally and that would have been fine. How could my warriors, lose? We're just stronger. Day, Wayne, you saved us. Come on, let's get out of here. Right. Alright, where's everybody positionally located? Do I have to swap? Yeah, I do. So, you need to swap with you. I don't know why you're there. You need to be here. I don't know why you're there. You need to be here. Yeah, this is all wrong. Hold on a minute. You can be here. This is fine. Found Miracle? Let's see. Okay, exit the mansion. Let's find the save room now that we screwed up so badly we missed it. So there's the Mind Seed. There's Fire Boomer. We'll lock in our progress. In case people are wondering why in the world is the timer the way that it is, leaving the game on while in the ancient cave. That's the only reason it's like that at all. So escape. Leave the mansion. So we already knocked out 2 areas, which is good. We did Ladok's mansion and we did the actual dungeon. There's nobody in the mansion. Actually, it doesn't seem like anyone has been here for a while. I guess that means everyone that worked here were just ghosts controlled by Ladok. That's freaky. That was a horrible mansion. What are we going to do now, Wayne? This cost us time, but we should go look for Daus. But we have no clues. There's a town called Tanba north of here. Why don't we go there? Okay, let's do that. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and warp. Tanba. 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 Let's go inside. Item list. Bunny ring in the dresser inn. I don't know why you interchange those nouns. In the inn dresser. Let's see if we can find where the inn is. We found Goddess here in a random corner. There's the inn. Let's go to the 2nd floor. There's the bunny ring. Enable to use thunder. Okay, other than giving me access to thunder, I don't really think I'll need it. It is cool that they give you accessories whose sole purpose is to give you access to spells for characters that may not have access to certain spells. Because that means, in theory, you can feed MP items to characters that shouldn't have MP, and then they can cast spells. Let's see. None of the items I care about much. The Tower of Sorrow on Mount Tanba glows eerily lately. After each time it does, we get an earthquake. So the patrol troop is out investigating it. My fiancé John is their leader. But I hope he'll be alright. He's a little clumsy. I'm concerned about Jan, who is gone there. I doubt that anything horrible will happen with someone as skilled as Jan around. I'm sure Jan will solve the problem of the Tower of Sorrow. Well, since everyone in town believes in him, he probably won't succeed. So let's go ahead north towards the Tower of Sorrow. Let's go into the cave. So there's Tanba Cave. Head through and go further north, entering the Tower of Sorrow. So just go north. Boy, that was a short section. 4.10 done. Okay, 4.11. Tower of Sorrow. 20 floors. 20 floors. Oh, hold on, it's another... Wait a minute. Apparently the boss of this area has 20,000 HP. and you're supposed to not be able to win it. It's supposed to, the fight's supposed to end in 3 rounds. But it's like, I think it's either the 4th or 5th encounter in the game that if you manage to win it when you're not supposed to, you get another piece of equipment for bragging rights. The only problem is, he's got 20,000 HP, and I don't know how I'm going to do that with 9 attacks. Technically, I guess there'd be, if Moo decides to attack, I guess that would be 12, but he'd have to attack each time. Do I have Final Dance? Because they're talking about Alma's Final Dance. They're talking about... How do I see my IP list? I guess we can get into... Let's just get into an encounter so I can look that way. I have Falcon Dance. Where is Final Dance? Let me type in Final. Oh, apparently it would have been in the Tower of Illusion. Did I seriously never get that? Okay, I guess I never got it. Alternatively... They're talking about Ruby's ability, but it seems like it's going to be a very, very luck-based fight, because apparently, I mean, this guy's saying that with the dice roll from Ruby, there's possible to do like 9999 damage. Let me scroll back to 4.12. 4.11. Yeah, so Final Dance first round. Holy Sword will do massive damage. Okay. They're basically saying unless you're playing on New Game Plus, it's gonna be a very luck-based fight. Which is not what I want to read. But it sounds like, much like how I needed to have the right setup for the other bosses, I need to have the right setup for this one, which means I need to get Final Dance from the Tower of Illusion. Which is gonna be an annoying detour. But I mean, I've already done all the other unwinnable fights. I can't not do this one. It's good that I'm primarily using Ruby anyway, but it is unfortunate that it is going to require some additional setup to make this work. Yeah, they're basically saying it's going to take multiple tries, so I'm going to need... If I'm looking correct at the description, Final Dance is something that deals 1/4 of the enemy's current HP as damage to them. So for a 20,000 HP boss, it's going to do 5,000 damage, which really cannot be beat. But ideally, it's going to work the best if she goes first before anybody else goes. So let's just leave. And let me see, where is the Tower of Illusion? Darn my brain. Darn my stupid perfectionist brain. Ruining everything. Let's see here, Tower of Illusion would be near Kobe. That's right, I remember this place now. I'm hoping it's not one of those places that's self-destructed to where you can't go back later. Although I doubt it. Okay. So, only floors 11 through 15 would house it. So I guess it's not surprising You know what I think happened? And by I think, I know what happened. So, Final Dance, I there's an abbreviation for a skill called F Dance. And it just so happens that in this game, there is programmed a Final Dance and a Flash Dance. I bet you what happened is I looked at Flash Dance and I'm like, I've got F Dance. Good for me, I don't have to grind on this floor to get Final Dance. I already got the dance. But turns out I played myself. So we're just gonna hope we get nothing but staircases. Probably, let's go all the way to the right. I'm not even going to slash any of the other walls because I just don't... that would house, like, chests or something. I don't care. This is from... That would also house a wall full of chests. I don't care about that either. There we go. Next floor. Just because this is, like, several chapters back. Floor 4. Floor 5. I'm just gonna try to reset the floor just to see if one time, just to see if we can get a better floor spawn here. Okay. Not really. Doing 4,000 damage is gonna... 5,000 damage at the start is certainly gonna help. I'm gonna have to figure out what this dice attack is that the game is talking about. I've never really used it. Is it the one that costs 0, I wonder? Good news is that we have some of the good weapons from the ancient caves, so we're good in that regard. I got to floor 100 of the ancient cave, which first of all just takes forever. Second of all, no boss. I'm sure, looking online, I think there's things you can do if you get to like the 100th floor of the ancient cave, like maybe 3 times, and then you can fight the slime, and or if you use the reward to unlock 100 more floors so that there's 200 floors, then there is a boss in floor 200. I'm just not going to do that. I just think it's a little bit, you know, I do have a weird perfectionist brain, but my perfectionist brain is not telling me to do that. It's telling me to, like, win the unwinnable fights, but that's just too much. That's, like, literally 30 hours devoted to just the dungeon, which I think is stupid. That's not going to be what I'm going to do. I thought there'd be bosses along the way, or at least a boss for sure when I got to floor 100, and when I found out there wasn't, and there was more work needed to even trigger that boss fight, I'm like, we're just not going to do it. It'd be one thing if it was like, it needs to be like the Chocobo side game that's in FF8, where you can transfer your data once you finish to your FF8 file that already exists. The fact that this basically takes the place of your main quest while your characters are in there with no ability to like exit in the middle and come back to where you left off. You basically just have to abandon the 100th floor dungeon and not be able to do anything else to progress the story is really disheartening. Especially if it takes you like, if you're fighting everything and it takes you like 5 hours to get to floor 100. Don't appreciate that. Anyway, there's a chance now we can get Final Dance from this floor, which hopefully will not take us long to get. I'd like to try to, within the time I have allotted, beat Douse today. We need an ancient text with Final Dance on it, which basically means we're going to have to prioritize opening walls and finding chests that might be within... Actually, I don't even think it'd be buried inside grass. I think at this particular point, we have to find ones that are buried in the walls. It's the only ones that are going to house any of these. I don't think I've ever had an ancient one that was just out there in the open. Okay, sleep on everybody. Take a look at our map. Okay, so we need to go down. We found Jump Slash. That is not the one we want. Okay, that's it for this floor. We're gonna have to head up. Okay, there's the next floor. Yeah, I wish there was another copy I could grab in the other dungeon that we were about to be in. That way I wouldn't have to farm it from here. Wait a minute, why am I doing so little damage? Wayne did like... Yeah, why is Wayne doing in the 70s? Did something happen to his equipment? When we were... Let me look up the, we shouldn't be doing that little. I don't even know what to attribute that to. I'm gonna look up the alum blade. There might be something weird about its equipment. Or its damage output. Yeah, nobody's talking about it. The only thing I'm finding are just threads saying, like, what is with the drop rate for this? Which, valid. We found Final Dance, that's all we needed, so we're free to exit. So, Final Dance takes 48 green to learn. What's my license point? I think we might be able to do this. Oh, I don't think we can do it. Oh, no, we can't do it. Okay, so we have to grind. And if we're going to grind, we better not do it here. We better do it in that dungeon until she can learn it. I mean, it makes sense that it costs that much if it does like 1/4 of a boss's HP. That's only going to get better as the game goes on. Okay, where is the save point? So I can't even learn any new magic spells because of that. License points are both for magic and for the evolving of the skills. For wave skills, so... There are too many bad monsters ahead of here, so it's locked usually. Not at this time, then. You are right, you shouldn't. You have only one life. Okay, so to the north cavern, or to the north tower. I'm hoping this is the last of the pseudo-unwinnable encounters, because it has taken prep work for every single one of these. Okay, we just have to fight anything we can, we just can't be shy. We need to farm, like, probably 7,000 license points, so I need to see how many points these guys are going to drop. $150. It's gonna be a lot of fights. I mean, although I feel like if we're just going through a dungeon normally, picking things off, we'll get the license points we need. Okay, next potion. Deckard's level. We have Scatter Mist. That's one of the two that's available. Wyvern is new. doing pretty well with the, overall with just getting the, X potion drops. Not much else though that we're doing well with. The fights are rough because all of the enemies can really just tank any of my normal attacks. In any event, for those who don't know, I will probably be moving Shining Force 3 Book 1 probably out of the way for a small moment until Deltarune Chapter 5 is done. I hope you guys are excited about Deltarune Chapter 5. I'm not, because my files for 4 and 3 are not ready. I don't have my perfect files ready, so it's going to be a busy couple of weekends. I mean, I put it off for over a year. It's my own fault, but still. I know. Can't believe it's coming out on a Wednesday. Who does that? It's a day I have no hearings, though, but we'll have to see. I do like that emote a lot. But the good news is that I only have to play one chapter. It's probably going to be... My hope is that it's the second best chapter after Chapter 2. I think Chapter 2 tricked me into thinking, wow, Toby knows how to write. He knows how to plan a game, and then like everything else is like, oh, he does not know how to do any of those things. And I'm like, okay. But I'm hoping... I think it's a good candidate to be the second best. Lots of theory crafting. If they do not have a song called Root Buster because we are in a plant world, I will be upset. But yeah, I'll basically be playing it day one. I can't play it as soon as it drops, though. I know I'm booked through all morning appointments. So it may be an early afternoonish stream. Don't remember if I'm going up or down. I think I'm going down in this dungeon. So we'll go this way. No! We're going up. Perish on. Okay. I gave Wayne the that dragon armor we got from beating the dragon boss we weren't supposed to win. I decided I'd rather give it to him. And overall, it was, it seems to be good, because now that regular fireball attack that would have done like 100-something damage to him is doing nothing. Because we got rid of the Goddess Buckler, which seems to be dealing increased spell damage to him, and we slapped him with that dragon item, which seems to be the best magic defense I've seen on any armor. But it's tough. It's like I don't have a whole lot of downtime to do a whole lot of things, which is why Deltarune really has to be done on the weekend. Between what I've had to do with the Ancient Dungeon in this game and all of the other stuff just going on in general in my life. I haven't even been able to do anything with Pokemon off stream. So we're just basically, whenever I play on the weekend, it's going to be exactly where I left it. Right there in Goldenrod. Probably with the plan to go north. And we'll have to go to Ecruteak City, very likely, and see Morty there. I'm going to assume that's going to be the plan. I'm wondering if Ho is actually going to show up in the game, though. They were, like, really non-committal to showing Ho-Oh in the anime. Other than just, like, various times it'd be like, oh, I guess Ho is not showing up, and then at the end, like, Ash seeing it again. Because it's, like, the Pokemon associated with him starting his journeys. And I think he saw it again right before Hoenn. Right when we had given up hope that he'd see Ho, all of these episodes teasing the Tin Tower and everything else, and nope. So we'll see if Ho actually shows up in the game. I'm assuming he would have to, because you'd have to be able to catch all of them. After this, I'm gonna have to do a an LP check just to see how close we are. We have 3,000, so I know we still have a bit of a ways to go. Let's take a look at our position menu. That's not the right one. I don't know why I said that. Wave. So I'm 1,800. So 44. So we're probably going to need, if I had to guess, probably about 8,800 license points, which means probably another 45 to 50 fights. This is not fun to find out. See, part of the problem is some of you might be thinking, well, how do you not have, with as long as you've been playing it, have that many license points? And I think the problem is I've been too liberal with buying spells. So now I have nothing left over. But it seems increasingly like I'm not going to be able to beat the fight without that skill. Yeah, the good news is I don't need to mess with the trick walls. We need to slowly make our climb upward and kind of hope a couple of things. That the enemies maybe get easier, quote-unquote, and give better license points the higher up we go. There was a really, 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 really good fist weapon for Ima that I'm sad that we can't carry. I mean, at this point, I'd take it. Jeez, those enemies are strong. All that effort, and it really wasn't worth it LP-wise. Wayne's gonna be almost out of MP here. I do think the game has a great OST. I think this and Runes of Lore were both great. Although I will say this, it may seem strange to a number of people that, some people might be questioning, why does this game have so many fights that you're meant to lose, but you can win, and that rewards you? And then you have to remember this is a game that has a new Game Plus feature to it. So that's the incentive. That's why the game is doing this, so much, is because there are fights you're not supposed to win on your original playthrough that you're supposed to win on a subsequent. And that's why we're having, 4 or 5 bunches of these encounters. But I'm only going to give one playthrough of this. Although, if in the future I ever feel like having another playthrough of it, it is pretty cool that I can just New Game Plus my existing file and just start over just kind of with the same stuff. Like Chrono Trigger or the other games that kind of follow a very similar system to that. That was not what I wanted. Glad they could have ambushed us. I'm glad they didn't. Okay. Glad that did virtually nothing. Regular potion drop. I mean, the additional levels are not going to hurt us. I'm actually going to go ahead and have Wayne use Force Shot. Just so we can go through this faster. Okay, not fast enough, I'm afraid. Okay, there's Wayne's level, and there's Deckard's. We're gonna do Force Shot again. We went before the clown. Well, the good news is if there's another unwinnable fight, I feel like with Final Dance, that's going to probably be the most important tool to have for it. Okay, so this is Tower of Sorrow, floor 2. Let's go through the secret passage for X Potion. Next floor, floor 3. It is a 20-floor dungeon, so we're just going to start... unless the game says the boss fight is on an earlier floor, I better confirm that. Okay, B7. B7 is where the fight is, so we'd have to grind on areas near that. So there's Strong Cure. Yeah, it looks like Destroy Laser is the physical attack. That's why it was inflicting so little damage. Okay, so it's time for Cena's magic. So I think Double Up is like a high-low kind of a mini-game, which can be a bit problematic if I'm wrong. Well, I don't think she deserved that. The good news is that they're keeping the X potions coming, which is really nice. Oh, I forgot to heal. Oh well. She's just not gonna get EXP. I guess ever. So we'll have Cena heal Melphus to max after this fight. That's good enough. Okay. How are we doing with license points? 3,040. I mean, that's good. We still need about, like, 5,800 more. Can't believe it cost 48 of that element to learn that. You basically have to be pretty goal-oriented to have already grinded that much for it. And I'm trying to keep everybody's SP basically at max so that when I finally do get to the fight, I have the abilities just ready to go. But at 8:02, it's going to be a very tight squeeze trying to win this fight before Nirvana. The good news is I'm not having to climb 20 floors, I'm only having to climb 7. I suppose if he uses Tail Illusion on Dallas, that'd be the best outcome. It's his most powerful attack, and he uses it pretty rarely. I am going to go ahead and have him use Force Shot. It missed the flyers, really? I mean, the good news is it did some damage against the flower. Looks like floor 7 may have a healing tile, which is good. Makes me less worried about using MP. Okay, that'll be good enough. Okay, floor 5, straight to floor 6. So next floor is gonna be, I think, the boss floor with the heal spot. Although this time we have to make sure we hit the heal room and not accidentally start the boss fight without doing that. The thing is, it's, you know, it would be valuable if I could Final Dance and then Final Dance again. You know, because even like 1/4 of whatever HP is left is still gonna be good. The problem is that the SP cost of it is probably going to be so high I won't be able to cast it successively. So we'll have to see. I'm going to guess it's going to cost like 80 to 100. I think it's going to be huge. Okay, we have 3,893. So we're able to go up another license level. Close to 46. Alright, so strong. 2 strongs. The only downside is with the Gaddis Buckler equipped, we'd be doing so much more damage with Wayne. But it's literally not even safe for boss fights anymore. They just spells are gonna deal spells will wipe him out at this point of the game. Earlier in the game, it wouldn't matter. Melphus, I think, just got 9 HP. Okay, so he is confused. Okay. Just him. Okay. So 46, 2 more levels for that. We're only going to get less than 100 from this fight, which isn't great. Okay, Wayne's leveled. I'm gonna gain 5 strength, which is fine. Her levels are starting to dip. It seems like they wanted her to gain a lot of her stats early. And they really significantly taper off. I'm assuming once we go up the stairs, we are allowed to go back down the stairs. Unless it's immediately going to lead to a cutscene, but I don't think that'd be something the game would do. In fact, I'm going to gamble on the fact that they won't do that. Yeah, here's a heal tile. There's a save tile. I'm not going to go up into the fight yet because we are not level 48 and enough to learn the final dance. We're going to go right back down a floor. Yeah, he basically has to get tail illusion every single roll. up IP. Scatter Mist. Unfortunately, we already got that one once. It's not the one we wanted to see. Although we did get Strong Cures, so we actually have everything from this set of floors. It's looking very increasingly like we'll actually be able to get some legitimate attempts against this boss, which is nice. Turn and open, thank you. More Scatter Mist. Melphus is just not having a good day. I guess it is in the Melphus name to just die a lot. If you're named Melphus, you're probably going to end up dead by the end of the game. Pretty tried and true rule here. $1,584 license points. I'd say maybe another 13 fights. 13, like, really good fights. And then we could probably take on the boss. Although the question's going to be how many times am I going to have to take this boss on? I also don't know how fast the boss is. It seems like we're gonna have 10 people fighting in it. We're gonna have 9 people and a guest character that's gonna show up, which is insane. What other RPG that's turn-based could you say that about? Okay, she's almost got her points ready. Okay, so we'll go back up one floor, heal, go back down. Okay, so we're getting close. I was wondering where all the enemies were hiding, just in hidden dead-end corridors, I guess. I'm still looking every now and then for news about the next Little Tail Bronx game. But if I had to guess, until .hack 0 is released, they're just probably not going to have a lot of development focus on it. Because that was like the big announcement earlier in the year, was another .hack game after pretty much an eternity from having a last one. So I don't think we're going to get any news about it this year. I mean, if we're lucky, maybe sometime later in 2027, with the way things might be looking. But when they announce something, I'll play it. But I mean, there's like, the thing that's interesting about the Little Tail series is that there really isn't a set genre for it. You know, if you think about it, because when I think about Tail Concerto, it was more of like this awkward platformer. Solata Robo was kind of like this action-esque RPG mecha fighter, where you actually were able to like do a lot of like Klonoa type combos with enemies, especially when it came to like throwing and everything else. Then Fuga was a tactical RPG, so I have no idea what they're gonna do at all. there's no real rules when it comes to this. So I have no idea what we're looking at. I don't know if we're gonna have any other worlds where we're gonna be able to like run around in like Solata Robo and Tail Concerto though. It seems like development-wise, that's kind of hard for them to do right now. So I'm thinking like some sort of a map-based selection type game is probably what's going to be in the works. So whether that's going to be another Fuga type style game or not, I don't know. But I'm about 95% sure they're not going to do Fuga. It's going to be like a different style entirely. How are we doing with license points? 2560. That'll allow us, so we need... Okay, we need several more fights. We'll go back up, reset the floor. Almost there. I know, my X feed has been like, because I follow so few people on X. I know that they've pushed for like the Fuga physical editions, and I wish that was an option way longer ago. From like the collections that they have on their CyberConnect International store, where I probably would have gone that route. I don't think they have any North American copies of it, though. I think what they're advertising is the Japanese collection only, just for import. I will say it in the grand scheme of things, it felt easier to max, like to do everything you needed to do in Fuga 3 than it did to do everything you needed to do in Fuga 2. Fuga 2 was miserable because of the way in which the Soul Cannon activated. I don't think 3's was much better. But it felt like getting Vanilla sacrifice herself was the worst thing. It's like the game says, like, you know, this character, you know, the scene is available from chapter 4 onward. No way in the world is that true. There is no earthly way you can get that to trigger in chapter 4. I have tried relentlessly. I think I only did it to like the second to last chapter of the game. Because when you think about it, there was like that one chapter in Fuga 2 where you needed Vanilla to be available. Like she had a pivotal scene, and so I'm saying, screw what this game says. I bet she's gonna be unlockable to fire after that scene, and I was right. Go me. I'm better than the game. But yeah. So, I mean, it was definitely easier to platinum than 2, I think. Well, even that not aside, 2 had extra things that made it more difficult to 100%. Just because they added, like, they add the affinity meter plus a bunch of other things in the other scenes made it tougher, especially like the Port Town entry cutscenes. I felt really proud of myself when I maxed Fuga 2. Not the same sense of satisfaction from Fuga 3, though. You know, funnily enough, Tail Concerto was the only one of the games I don't think I've maxed. Because even with Fuga 1, I went back after I cleared Fuga 2, and I went back and I went 100% at Fuga 1. Like, I was just that addicted into it. I'm just like, well, there's nothing else to do here. Time to move on backwards and do all of that. But Tail Concerto is the only one. Like, I didn't get all the puzzle pieces. I just didn't care enough about it. I didn't know there was going to be this bigger, wider series that I'd care about. In fact, it was when I streamed Solata Robo that someone else said, "Oh, are you doing this because of the next game in the series coming out?" I'm like, "What next game in the series? What are you talking about?" I'm like, they just randomly announced a new game in a series that just happened to be playing right this second after 10 years of not announcing anything. Okay, that's great. I guess I'll play that then. And the rest was history. I need more games with, like, moments like that. Just unexpected coincidences from stuff I play. Usually it's, like, unfortunate coincidences, like playing Persona 3 FES and then Reload getting announced. Or playing Persona 4 Golden and then Revival getting announced. Just sad stuff like that. So then I'll play Xenogears, and Xenogears is going to get a Switch 2 port, and then, well, actually, maybe I should do a Take One for the Team. I can't believe that game just hasn't had any re-releases on anything. It's nuts. Are they that ashamed of Disc 2 that they're just afraid to re-release it? I don't know. We've got to be close license point-wise. Oh, yeah. Like 6 fights. Chaos, how are you doing? You are just in time to watch me take 5 fights where we're not really going to be doing anything. I'm trying to beat one of the fights that's supposed to be unwinnable, that you're really only supposed to be doing on New Game Plus, but I'm not going to bother with New Game Plus, so I'm going to try to win it early. But to be able to do that, I need to unlock an ability that takes an awful lot of license points, and I just don't have the license points yet. Well, that's great. I just killed enemies, and they just summoned a bunch more. Let's just do a 4-shot. But hope you're having a good evening. I was just kind of reminiscing about like the different streams and stuff I did. Waiting for news on CyberConnect 2 to announce the next entry in the Little Tales series that they teased in Fuga 3. But with the dot hack being like probably the big project they're working on right now, it's very unlikely we're going to get any news until later. And I was just kind of explaining about like the unfortunate timing sometimes of me playing things. Yeah, if I'm not gonna play New Game Plus, and good luck telling my brain not to do it. Like sometimes my brain will make me do fun challenges, and sometimes the brain will just make me just do stupid stuff. Like we could have probably gone through at least 4 parts of this walkthrough, and the time I've spent trying to farm this thing, and we just haven't done it. We're almost there. Just a couple more kills under our belt here. Oh, this room itself might give us enough. Yeah, the difference here is you considered. You didn't actually do it and they announced it. I would be end credits and then they'd announce it. I do need to look into that one Tales game that Alex did play that was like only like 15 hours long, because the biggest thing I have with Tales is that I think the story's fine. I think the combat is like, you know, you could pick up and play it. It's not like the most in-depth action RPG where you have to execute 30 trillion button commands. It's not like a really complicated game to play, but it's just long, and I wish it was like I wish it was like 1/3 of the length it actually ends up being. And that game sounded, you know, reasonable in size, so, you know, I may kind of go against my own rule of like not playing Tales at some point, maybe to go explore that one, just specifically because of the fact that it seems to be reasonable in size. Oh, you would have been fuming, yeah. Well, I mean, right now, I don't know how many, you know, there's not a whole lot I'm waiting on right now to play. I guess Sword and Shield, not Sword and Shield, my goodness, what gen are we in now? Wind and Waves would be the next game that I would likely try to play once it comes out. Is it Tales of Innocence? Is that the, I think that's the DS game. They just kill? What did they do to kill me outright? That's nuts. Yeah, I think it's Tales of Innocence. That was the, I think that sounds familiar, like it's the really, really short one. I think it's not available in North America. I think it basically you have to have a translation patch, right? Innocence and Tempest. I don't remember which of the two it is. I'd have to check a sheet. but I'm like, a Tales game that takes like a third of the time it would take others to play, that is literally what I've wanted for for many, many years. Because I stopped playing Vesperia twice, just because I got bored. I mean, like, there's only so long it can hold my attention. I think the main character's fine. I think what the game does is fine. It's just too much of it. Yeah, Tales of Innocence. That'd be the next Little Tale game, wouldn't it? Yeah, the only Tales games I've played to completion have been Symphonia on the GameCube, the Tales of Fantasia on the Super Nintendo with the translation patch, and Kero RPG, if we count that as a Tales game, which I'm going to for all intents and purposes. So I've completed 3. I never completed Abyss, and I've never completed Vesperia. So I am 3 for 5, I guess. We're 2 for 2 if we, well, 2 for 4 if we are not counting Kero RPG as a Tales game. But Kero RPG is a game I beat twice. I 100%ed it, well, as 100% as you could without all of the Gunpla codes. Back when the game came out, before there was any translation patch, and I was kind of like, I was telling people like how to unlock secret fights, because I was like, I didn't understand a damn word I was reading, but I was just that thorough in like talking to everybody and doing everything that I found like a hidden key, and I found where the key went, and people said I was trolling. I'm not trolling. I don't know. It's literally a real fight. It's literally a real card game boss, and yeah, that was fun. I didn't bother 100%ing it because their only translation patch that's available now is the menu. Someone's working on an English patch of Kero RPG as we speak, but their computer crashed, so they lost a bit of their progress since the last time they'd worked on it. So once that's all taken care, once that's available, I mean, I'm probably going to play it a third time. Oh, we are like 2 encounters away. Shockstorm, I'm well. I'm trying to attempt an unwinnable boss fight, but I need to learn a skill to even have a shot of winning it. Yeah, I've only played the Super Nintendo version of Fantasia. No, that is a lie. I played the Game Boy Advance version of Fantasia 2. I have played that. So I played the Game Boy Advance version and the Super Nintendo, but I have not played the PS1 or the PSP. I saw bits and pieces of Alex playing the PS1, but I never myself played it because back then, with my limited computer usage, like, I had no reliable way to like ROM anything that would have been PS1. That was like that was unheard of. Never could have done anything like that, or dreamed of doing anything like that with the computers I'd owned. Now it's 2026, and I'll have my my computer crash with a battery pop-up message saying that your battery is running low, and then I'll have to crash OBS. It's like, we have gone a couple of steps forward, but like 15 steps back on this computer in terms of just any sort of window screwing up OBS. And I don't know the proper workaround to fix that yet. I still have no earthly idea why it is only this computer, because I have played OBS on multiple others without this problem. And when I say by multiple others, I mean exactly 2 other computers, but like, I don't know. I could play Deltarune on those without a problem. Here, I'm actually gonna have to play Deltarune on Streamlabs, because if I play it on OBS, it is going to crash it. It is going to miserably crash it. I'm not going to be able to record gameplay. It's that bad. But I have so much stuff set up to work here that won't work on Streamlabs that I have no choice that for most other things to just use this. Go ahead and take the King Hydra fight. And after this fight, we're going to go to the staircase. We're going to heal. We're going to save. And we should hopefully try our hand at beating this boss. Okay. Wow, Wayne is getting, like, no SP back. I don't know what that's all about. I am going to go ahead and have Melthus use Champion X. If nothing else, because I'm afraid if any of these characters die, their SP will go to 0. And I need them at full SP for this boss fight. I think I want Wayne at full SP for this boss fight. So, I'm gonna need him to start taking damage or something. Oh, the only problem is... Yeah, here's where this game is rough. Because in order for his SP to go up, he needs to take damage, but the armor and equipment that he's got right now is so damn good that he can't do it. He just can't take any damage, he's too strong. So, Ancient, and now finally, 48, we can teach her... Where's Final Dance? There you go. And she's learned it. Yeah, Vesperia, I graveyarded twice. I was just explaining. I mean, it's not bad. It's just long and boring. It's just it has interesting characters. The music's good. I like the combat music. I like the world map travel. I don't think it's the most annoying in its tropes. It's just long and doesn't end. That's its only, massive flaw, but that's enough to keep getting me to be like, I'm tired of playing it. Which is why I just need a shorter Tales experience. Like, Vesperia just keeps going on and on and on. Let's see how we do with what we've got. Okay. So, save there. We're going to read the dialogue the first time, and then every subsequent time we are just not going to bother. Who are you? The Lord of this tower. The Lord of this tower? So then are you causing the earthquakes? That is right. I can even demolish a town like Tanva instantly. Don't be ridiculous. I won't let you do such a thing. What are you going to do? I will beat you. Wait, that guy's very strong. Who are you? It doesn't matter, but he's seriously strong. We're helping you. That will be great. Okay, let's go. Alright, so it looks like according to the guide he has 2,000 HP, and we only have 3 rounds with him. If we don't win after 3 rounds, the fight automatically ends. We have to deplete his 20,000 HP pool in 3 turns, which may be easier said than done. In fact, there's going to be a lot of trial and error here. We don't have Holy Sword. They recommended Holy Sword, and they don't even have that either. Okay, well, what do we have? We're going to go ahead. I guess we're going to use Head Crush, since we don't have Holy Sword. We're going to try Double Up. And we're going to go ahead and, yeah, Final Dance costs 90. 2,500. Oh, so we have to choose higher or lower than an ace. Well, I'm choosing lower. Okay, good. So our attack power is 200. Oh, I see. I see. It keeps going until we lose? Lower? Oh, it's tied. Oh, come on. How do you end it? Okay, so it seems like... Okay, Jan's gonna jump in. Good work, Jan. Okay, so we did a lot of damage, but the problem is now, there's no way to really win this. So, how do you exit out of double up? It seems like I can make her attack power insane as long as I keep winning it. Do we bust out the save state strats? Is that the strat? We know winning by cheating? I don't know. Well, how often, how we're going to come about doing it. If we come under time constraints, we may have to. But like with the 9 and a 9, there's nothing I could have done about that. We'll go ahead and do a normal attack because we can't really do much else. Okay, lowering his defense is... He doesn't have much of any health. So attack power is 22. Okay, we won with the jack. Attack power is 44. Lower. We won with the 4. Higher than a 4. We got a king. Lower than a king. Oh, I see. The attack B means you can cancel with B and you'll actually get your attack. Okay, we got a 6. Joker! Oh, that's the best possible... Oh, and it ended with that. So 704. So I think he's just attack... Okay, he just killed... Sorry about you. So this is the last round we have to win, and unless... The thing is, the first time we used the double up strat, it was a 200 starter, so I feel like if we had gotten what we just got luck-wise, with a higher attack power, it would have made all the difference. Okay, in any event, double up. It seems like it's the only strat we can realistically use with her. For her, we're gonna do double kick. It's the last turn, I have no choice. Okay, getting some damage in with you. Attack 11. I wonder why... Yes, that's right. Queen. 6. 4, we lost. So, does it end immediately after round 3 then? And then Jan's final turn here. Haha, checking situation. Yeah. Fight ends with that. Wah wah. Yes, so I don't know if it's because we started with 100 SP or not that made the difference. Because one thing I noticed is that I think later on in the fight, her SP only got to 21. I'm wondering if that's because, like, eventually, like, continued use of it depletes her SP gauge. So I think a lot of this is just going to be RNG dependent on getting her luck to just kind of align. 847. We'll do another attempt, but I think at some point I am just going to have to throw out a save state and hope that the cards will randomize at the start, like just based off of a timer like other GBA games, or is it fixed as soon as you enter battle? Because there's a legitimate reason I'm asking that question, because if you've played Lufia the Runes of Lore, there is fixed RPG, like the turns and the damage and the misses they are fixed when you enter a battle, meaning turn 1 all the way to turn 50, as far as what you are going to do and what the enemy is going to do. It'll randomize before you enter the battle, depending on the timer, but once you're in it, it's set. And so here I know that there's some variance. This game isn't as rigid as the next game in that regard, but we'll just have to see. If nothing else, we can do about like 6,000, 7,000 damage turn 1, which is not enough, I'm afraid. Alright. So we'll go ahead and use Head Crush. Double up. Yeah, because she has 100, and when she ended the fight, she had like 21. Maybe it says 0, but it uses all of it. And because when she took damage, she was still at like 21. Okay. In any event, let's go ahead and final... I almost chose Falcon Dance. That is the wrong one. Head Crush for 2,500. Double up. Attack 100. We won with an 8. Ooh, 8 is not a fun one. I'm going to choose higher. We were right. Choose lower. We got an 8 again. What is wrong with you? Okay. I do, we'll have to reset at that point. I don't think there's anything else I can do to realistically win the fight now. But here's the problem. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, let me just check her SP, and then I'm gonna reset the fight, because here's the problem with this. We don't want Ruby to go before Final Dance goes. We need Final Dance to go off earlier. Otherwise, it's just going to be taking a significantly smaller chunk out of HP out. We need her to go later. Yeah, so her SP is down to 23, so it took 7-7 to use it. I think we're going to have to bust out the save states, gang. I don't know. I feel like this is a fight we can win eventually. Under conventional strats, but under the time duress I've got right now. Let me see what I can do here. What's agility stats for everybody right now? I'm at 149. Ruby's at 162, so no wonder she's going faster. Of course, Wayne has 171. They're all just super fast. Okay. I think the thing here is we're going to have to give her a faster ring of some kind. Okay, that one doesn't mess with it. We have the jump ring. Okay. So that does massively increase her speed. We don't need the anti-confusion. She is going to lose 5 attack. That's fine. I don't care. So that'll do 5,000 damage. And so basically it's gonna be turn 1's gonna be something like this optimally. We're gonna do 5,000 damage, which would put the boss at 15,000 HP. 15,000 divided by 8 is gonna be like exactly like 1,875 damage. So we're gonna do 6,875 damage with that. And then that's gonna leave the boss at 13,125. Then we need to get all the RNG in the world, and I don't know if there's any way to start higher than 200. I think that maybe the attack total is double whatever your SP is to start with, and if you have 0, maybe it uses 11 as a base, or just something small as a base. To maybe even the point where it's not even worth it to use it at that point. In any event, I'm hoping that the modification of it being effective against jumping enemies doesn't mean that my weaponry is ineffective against non-jumping. But it's possible to have that connotation. But anyway, let's bring home the glory. My math should be correct here with the damage output. So we're going to do 5,000 with Final Dance. We'll do 1875 with Head Crush. And then we need to get all the card RNG in the world. I like how we got we won all of the card rolls, and we had Joker, which would have been the best possible one to do another card roll, because there's no way a Joker is gonna tie a Joker. Thank you for blessing RNG. I'm gonna need it. All right. So first things first, Head Crush with you. Double up. So, Final Dance. Get Mind Crush. So 5,000, please? Okay, now the 1875, there you go. So double up strat. We start with the hunt. Wait. Why did we start with 100 that time? Is it just completely arbitrary and random? I don't know. We won with the 7. We got an ace. That's really good. Got a 7 again. That's not as good. Save state. I hit up. Down. So it's at 32. And statistically, it should be lower, right? We need to go with the statistics, right? I chose up. I was right. So it's now at 6,200 and it's a jack. I'm gonna choose lower. We didn't even. Our attack power is 12,000. Wait, it goes higher than 12,000? Our attack is. Wait. Can we break the damage limit in this game? 25,600? I like how I save stated and I didn't even need to use it. So, couple of things. The boss, as a reminder, the boss was at 13,125 health. So the game displayed 9999, but we did more than that. So it seems that the game is able to run a separate calculation behind what it actually displays. So I think it actually did try to do and really did successfully deal 25,600 damage to that boss. So what that means is we didn't need anything else. We didn't need to do Head Crush, we didn't need to do Final Dance, we didn't need to do any of that stuff. So give me my item. Give me my reward. What do I win from beating you? Jeez, I bet we can destroy the final boss with that. Now, I'm not gonna, you know, obviously I'm not gonna save state and go for it in a boss type setting, but I mean, going up with a 9 was like going against the odds, but like we played it perfectly. We played everything perfectly. We got terror armor, which we would not be able to get without beating this boss. Not bad, but I've already read all of your moves. Gwa! You did it, Jan! Yeah, he was very strong, but I had help, and I was able to win. It'll be peaceful again, so are you getting married to Sammy? Yeah. You're a lucky fellow, you. Don't be jealous, haha. Don't talk happily about your marriage. That's how you die in an RPG. Say if you'd like, please come to my wedding. Yeah. I hope to see you there. What's going on? Is that not the same Douse we were up against? No, it's gotta be him. Then does that mean that this Jan guy is really strong? No, that's not possible. He's not weak, but not strong enough to be Douse. So then, I don't know. Let's go back to the town for now. Okay, so they want me to go back to Tanba? No, to hell with this. So it turns out that we fight him again. And he has 20,000 HP again. And you have to deplete his 20,000 HP again within the same time frame. Within 3 rounds. And that means I have to grind up all 100 of her SP back. Which I'm not gonna do right now. That's gonna be an off-stream endeavor. We are gonna do that unwinnable. This game has like so many unwinnable encounters just because of the new game plus. Let me see the terror armor. It's definitely worse stat-wise than the alum armor and everything else I've been picking up from places. I want to take a look at what the terror armor does. Lufia 3. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly check it out. I'm almost done with the stream. It doesn't look like it has any secondary effects. It's just massive defense, which unfortunately has been power crept by a really much better armor. But if you're a completionist, you at least have proof. So let's go back here. I'm going to heal. I'm going to save. I do find it phenomenally funny that I wasted literally like between going to the other place to get Final Dance and all of the fights I took here to get Final Dance. It wasn't even necessary. It wasn't. I just wasted an hour. That's showbiz. All right, everybody. That's gonna do it for tonight. Just because I have to get off, I have a watch along I plan on engaging with. I will be back here with this game Thursday of next week. It will be a considerably longer stream than this. Monday, there is no stream. I'm going to be in Fort Smith, Arkansas, 4+ hours on the road there, 4+ hours on the road back, 3 hearings there. And so I will be basically putting in a 12-hour day, and I just can't come back in and expect to stream 3 hours. I have to take care of myself. But GG, everybody. Saturday, more Pokemon Gold. Everyone can join the adventures of Nyquil, my Cyndaquil that is now at Quilava, and we will see where we end up. So, for those who are interested, tune in, and take care and have a good night.